Okay, and we're back, and hopefully that will have started a brand new roll around thing. Yeah, session 000. Good. I just want to make sure that all that weirdness and negativity and hatey raidy stuff that from earlier can be deleted from my VODs. As annoying as sad as it is that I can't keep hold of that, because that was fun. At least I'm not gonna publish it around everywhere. I'll probably make sure it actually doesn't the word I'm looking for. Things. Words. Yeah, probably make it sort of private it on the VODs as well, just to make sure. And close Jackbox down. Keep that open because that's Pixel Chat for the captions. We were on story, we were on stream. And I did as I've mentioned before with this, I've been playing it offline, but I've been making sure not to do anything further than we already are. So last time offline, I went and managed to do subjugation on Insane with the challenge, and holy crap, it was a tough one, but it was actually doable. You had to be sneaky about it. But what that meant is that we come off there a second. We got to basically finish upgrading everything we had. So we got the Wood Ant Mortar. We picked up Corrosive for Venom damage extra. Picked up the Weakening, and we also managed to get everyone to level 3. Don't have much food left, so I'm not sure how this is going to go. So we'll have to see what the Formicarium challenge is like. Right on hard first would be a big mistake.
The colony seems to have made significant progress. Perhaps it is time we began phase 2 of the trial.
Agreed. I will prepare the feeder colonies.
Hey, Rev. And hey, Cookie.
Let's ease them in with a familiar disturbance.
Enjoy the look,
Introduce
Cookie.
20
Get all
Formica
comfy.
Fusca ants.
The Fusca colony is attached, and the ants are on their way.
That sucks to be you, because I have many things. Right, and I remember them coming from this direction the last time.
I see they haven't lost their potency. Now let's try the Formica rufa ants.
The Rufa will be more aggressive. Our Raptors will need to put up a strong defense, adding 20 Rufa ants.
Yeah, I like it. This is a nice chill little RTS game. We don't have to worry about anything. And hopefully, if we can get through this, we might be able to also get one level of
Once again,
what do you call them in the
threat to their
leaf cutters.
Good. Continue the experiment as before, but don't push the colony too hard.
Of course not.
I'm actually going to
That
send
would be
workers after that.
irresponsible.
And after remembering what happened last time, I think I'm actually going to bring everyone down.
Introducing 40 Rufa ants.
Because he starts getting a little bit insane now. And just sending in hordes.
Excellent defense.
Okay, I think we can bring all them back. Don't want to keep you out and risk you.
Increasing to 50 Rufa ants.
Yeah, luckily we've got 2 lots of Oh, were they? Do lots of the roofers, which are the mortar cannon ones, the wood ants, which are doing the spitty arcing thing. We've got an entire thing of the black ant brood, the Formica fuscas, which are like the chunky mealy ones. And then also just some regular workers because meh.
Good, good.
Would it be unfair to help the colony out? Perhaps. But I'm feeling generous. Collect your seeds swiftly, my little ants.
I don't trust you, scientist number 2. I don't, especially not for that little food.
Now, let's see how they handle the Rufa and the Fusca invaders. We will start with 30 of each.
Quickly pop a snooze on just so we can avoid the ad for another 5 minutes. But yeah, Rev, that was just funny that we got some of them I could understand. I mean, the one with the Japanese museum saying, yeah, wearing nothing, that would make sense because some of the weird things they have over there, that would be a thing they would do. But when it's like a $1,600 burger,
we should try 3 colonies this time. Introducing 30 of each: Rufa, Fusca, and Erepta ants.
Oh yes, the Ereptas are the slave maker ones that we fought back in the Subjugator one, I think. Which we don't actually get a chance to have any of, but they're all swarming in. But luckily, we have so many that we should just easily be able to just outnumber them. And because I could probably done this on Insane and not have much of a worry, I don't know.
Good, good. A little helping hand for what comes next. Collect it quickly. Faster, faster.
Scientist 2 is what I would be if I became a scientist. Like, I must experiment. I must experiment.
I wonder how long they will survive against a sustained flow from all 3 colonies. Let's see.
But yeah, I love scientist number 2. He's just insane.
You are doing well, my intrepid Ereptans, but what's this? A giant tiger beetle has joined the fray.
Luckily, we have this time round lots and lots of ranged ones. The last time I tried this,
And another.
we just could not cope at this point, and we failed because we needed to have the ranged ones to have the extra DPS. Because look at how quick they're just gone. Beetles are just out for the count. Not a chance. Yeah, exactly. But it's because we have like, was it? We got 48 of the ranged ants. All of them with the extra venom damage from the upgrades. So yeah, it's just there's no chance they're just not gonna. Nothing that comes in here is gonna survive. I mean, we've not even sort of lost anyone. We've still got 81 people, ants, whatever. But the sustained them coming in is not enough to break through the sheer numbers we have.
Good work, my little ants. But what's
Oh, there's the
this?
spiders.
1, 2, 3, 9, 10 wolf spiders.
There you go.
Hardly seems fair.
But luckily we have things that will, if the queen gets attacked, then we'll be fine. Also, no. Oh, it's because I'm trying to move the wrong group. That's why.
The queen is in danger. Perhaps I should stop the experiment.
No, as soon as she hits 75, everything will get stunned and everything will hatch if we need anything. And yeah. Indeed. And would you things please just, like, stop dealing with that up there and run back?
The queen is in danger. Perhaps I should stop the experiment.
Right, all the spiders are gone.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Victory to the
And we won.
Raptor.
What's going on here?
Yes, the ants performed excellently against the roofer. They just staved off an attack from 40 roofer ants.
40? I think that's enough for now. We don't want to overstress them.
Agreed.
Yay, we win! Give me the extra royal jelly. More upgrades. Oh yes, and this is the point where we can actually, like, randomly sort of, like, bring things in if we want.
Continue to watch over the Formicarium. Additional experiments will be on hold for the time being.
I understand. No more tests.
Let's collect all that we can here. Making you want to... be an interesting one. Let's make sure we've got all of the food collected we can, because I think the next stage we get moved to a bigger Formicarium. I think. People may or may not have an ad right now and may not hear me, but what can we do about that? Apart from subbing. Or ad block. Either one works. I mean, I can't condone ad blocker. No, not at all. Yeah, send us like a minute and a half of ads. But yeah, ad blocker is one of those things that I think most people have at this point. Right, so stores are full, can't collect any more food. The next one is rehouse the colony. Tank is not suitable for upcoming tests. It's time to rehouse the colony. You'll be awarded an amount of jelly during switch based on colony size, construction, stored resources, and territory. Okay. Does that mean I lose everything that we've put through so far?
Delivered. We need to commence preparation for the final experiment. After that, we can dispose of the specimens and close the project. You should begin transplanting our Ereptas into the modular Formicarium, and be careful with the queen.
Yes, I know how to use a trowel.
Ugh.
Technically, trowel is not the best way of doing it. You want to make them... You want to force them to move on their own. We got 543 extra royal jelly from that.
Close the project? Bah! Did you hear that? Final experiment, my foot! I'm in charge of the colony, and I will decide when we've finished testing. There. All set in your new home.
Oh,
Grow quickly, my little ants.
I've got to redo it all.
We have lots of work to do.
That's really annoying. We don't have enough territory points for that either. Oh my god, so we can't even make a full colony again. Oh well. No food either. Hopefully he's put a load of food outside. We do get a ziggurat this time round though in this Formicarium. A very small one, but nevertheless. We get some culture. We have a little Formicarium and a giant door that can get attached to another Formicarium. But the game isn't technically finished yet, Rev, because they do still keep adding things. Yeah, it's a ziggurat. just in case we want to reenact some ant tech rituals. As far as I knew, the stepped pyramids are called ziggurats rather than just pyramids. I could be wrong. I don't know. But as far as I know, that's what they are. Yeah, it's the Mayan pyramid essentially, with the nice little steppy bits. This is what I tend to make in things like 7 Days to Die and Minecraft as my base, because I just like the look of these things. So there's no food up there or anything yet, so I suppose we just have to move on. Right, so a major with taunt and a major with stun. I think the stun is probably the better one. Thank you for the follow, Pepsi. Oh, were they? Oh, they must have woken up after the raid. But it's I was looking at them like, I hope you're real, because I like the fact of having Pepsi in my chat because I want to drink Pepsi. In fact, I'm going to drink some Pepsi right now. Nim nim. Delicious. Oh, okay. So really, we've only got I need like another 22 jelly to be able to complete everything we can on this. At least until we go up to the new ones that I haven't got to play with yet, because they were not here the last time I did the thing. Gained access to new Formicarium levels, yeah. 1 and 2 can no longer be repeated. Oh, okay. Been a few workers have moved into a new Formicarium. All territory, construction, and food has been lost, but you've been upgraded. Any upgrades still remain, so that's fine. All of our upgrades are there. We just need to regain our food, regain our territory, and we'll be good. But for that, we must attack. New home, subjugation, rising tide, and Queen of the Hill we've done. So the next ones we've got are the Harvest and Frontline. I remember Frontline because that's the one I think where we have to go up against army ants. And who is that? That is an interesting one. Right, let's go with stuns on our mages, I think. Welcome to Leafcutter Ant Land.
This young queen has successfully raised her first daughters beneath the leaf litter of the rainforest floor. The nutritious fungus she fed them as larvae is now dwindling. If they don't find food quickly, they will all starve.
Hey,
the juicy
sheepy
grubs nearby are a staple meal for many underground opportunists, but for now at least, they will go ignored. This budding Atacephalotis leafcutter colony has only one viable source of food, and it must be collected above ground.
Yep, and the difference with this one, unlike all of the other ones where we just have a food store, this one has a leaf store and a refuse tile. Well, yeah, it's like, what if ant but likes to farm? I mean, we need to have some food down and some leaves, but oh, that was right. The food gets shown here. Yeah, it doesn't get shown over here. This is where the leaves get shown. Oh, okay, I remember now. I remember. Well, yeah, it's like at some point in time, they realize that they can just eat fungus, and it's really confusing because, like, at what point
The small scouting
did that
party of
happen?
minor workers could lead any number of deadly jungle creatures back to their undefended queen. They will need time and luck on their side. The workers have located a patch of young seedlings, just what they were looking for. The leaves are soft enough to be sliced up with ease and carried back to the nest. The harvested leaf chunks are not eaten directly. Instead, they are used by the very smallest minim workers to cultivate a nutritious fungus.
Yeah, I like that the little tiny workers are called minims because they're minimal. They're minimal tiny workers. And the first one thankfully takes 0 to place down. Yeah, and at some point they realise, well, hang on, if we just bring the leaves back with us, we don't even have to go out to get the food. We just need to go out to get the other stuff. So leaf cutters gather at food differently.
The
Yep. He's built a chamber to store leaves before it can be gathered. Yep, we've done that. Fungus has been spent. Its remains need to be removed, which is what the refuse tiles are for. Where it decays. Most plants are harvestable. Miners are the workers of the leaf colours. They're smaller. They're not the smallest than any other colony. They're also slowed when carrying leaves, but the bigger ones aren't. Refuge slowly decomposes. They reduce neighbouring tiles' upgrade points, so build them away
The
from
ants'
everything else.
activities outside the nest have not gone unnoticed. They are being watched.
They're being watched by 7 viewers and a streamer. Ah, we've got spiders on this one, Rev, as a warning. Yeah, I think it's... Depending on the colony, I think it's at least 1 year per colony cycle. Because obviously they have like the nuptial flight every year, depending on the species, usually sometime in autumn for the most part. At least in Northern Hemisphere, it might be like in spring in the Southern Hemisphere, I don't know. I've not looked into that. But usually what ends up happening is that the new queens deal with the nuptial flight once per year. They leave, they fuck, they go find a new colony, and more ants are then made.
The most accessible leaves are located to the north of the nest entrance. However, another atta colony has already laid claim to them. The close proximity of these nests places the two colonies in direct competition with one another. time will tell which has the potential to grow into a great empire, and which will submit to the unforgiving law of the undergrowth.
Well, I think individually the ants aren't that short-lived. I think they do live for like a good couple of months each. Otherwise, like, anyone that has like a small formicarium, they would just like be constantly taking dead ants out. But that doesn't happen as often as you'd think. You've also got to bear in mind with how long they take to grow. At least with the first batch that the queen should normally lay is like about 4 or 5 eggs. To have like the basic minimal workers. Which I think is the reason why you always start off with 7 workers in it, because you know it makes sense to have it. It's enough to get stuff done. And obviously those 7, those like 5, 7 workers, whatever it is, can then help dig out a bigger area for her, make the cells, and then they can also start heading out, getting a bit of food, so that the queen can start making more eggs, because obviously the first bunch are going to have, used up most of the stores that she has. So they'll obviously need to keep feeding her. And yeah, there's obviously, at least in the wild anyway, there's going to be predators that they've got to deal with. Not so much in a formicarium, unless you're a very, very strange ant keeper that wants to... Unless you're scientist number 2. Let's put it that way. But yeah, we need to drastically improve the number of ants we've got. Yeah, they're going to get ill if they go through the chamber. That's fine. That's why I put it up near the front, away from everything. Every brood tile you build will hatch a minim for free. These are the ones that take the small chunks, cultivate them, etc. Okay. Like in the enemy colony trials, when push them back, but prepare for them to return stronger. I honestly don't watch that many videos on ants anymore. I did before COVID, because at one point I watched Ants Canada quite a lot, and ended up picking up some of their very basic modular formicarium gear, and then realised I had to pay double the amount because I also had to pay taxes that was not mentioned anywhere. But obviously, if it's from Canada, and it's kind of, I should have expected it. But paying like 40 quid for a small square of plastic was just like, I'm not going to do this again. I don't even think I still have that small chamber anywhere. Ooh, that sounds a bit spoopy. I want to build more, but at the same time, we have actually got things that are going to attack us, and I don't know...
As the sun sets below the horizon, and the thick rainforest canopy shrouds all but the slightest glimmer of moonlight, the predators of the night begin to emerge.
Yeah, luckily, average ant size isn't that big. There's some big ones, but thankfully, none that are insane. Wow, how much were they to cost? 80 food to place a big... Oh my god. And 140 to place the majors. Oh, jeebs. My god, that's a...
A young velvet worm, Oroperipatis ecuadoriensis, has been uncovered by the ants.
Thank you,
These
Jazzy, but it's
ancient,
not my
mysterious
birthday
predators are masters of ambush. They
Still like
creep
a month
toward
and a
their
half
unwitting
for that.
victims silently on soft, hollow legs. Once in range, they squirt oscillating streams of slime, forming a wide net that entraps their prey.
yet. That was horrible. And gooing us.
The queen is in imminent danger.
Okay, and she's saved. Saved by the tinies. Oh, I do want to keep getting food. It is a risk, it really is, but they have enough to keep getting food at night, and we cannot. We cannot just let ourselves get too behind. We're already a tenth of what they have. Luckily, we can snowball. Hallucinogenic. Was that the one with the weird curl, like the one that had the weird curly thing in the front of its nose? It like had they're like a bunch of different sort of depictions of what its feeding apparatus at the front were, like filter feeder ones and everything. I remember one like marine worm thing that was confusing, and that some random paleo artist was just drew a bunch of them, and then it turned out we just started finding the ones that he drew and he drew them before anyone had found them, and he's just like, I took a guess, drew them, and just happened to pick the right things. Hang on, I'm gonna check this because I remember one. I can at least remember one of them. Oh, those things. Okay. Yeah, I recognize that. Yeah, the one I'm thinking of is like a weird swimming one. Um, oh, I was thinking of Opabina or Opabina. With like the weird like foot face thing. Wasn't Anomalocaris. Although also a really, really cool animal. I like how just type in Cambrian animal, it just gives us an animals / Cambrian, and then it gives us a freaking list of the ones there. That is To be fair, you could just insert any creature from the Cambrian period, and is fucking weird will fit as a descriptor for it. Ooh, we got away lucky there. Yeah, that was the time when evolution had its first crack and just went, you know what? Let's see what works. And most of it didn't. We need to start getting more food in. What are these? Leaf cutter media. Simple harvester. Staple harvesters can harvest twice the amount of a worker. Not slow when carrying leaves. Medium-sized allowed to walk over workers and under majors. Layout is important, keeping it running. Leaves need to be stored, taken by the minions to the brood chambers. Resultant waste must be moved to the refuge there.
The ants
Yep.
must defend themselves.
Please just destroy this thing. Luckily, we have enough now that we should be fine. At least against the minimal stuff. Look at the little things. Ooh, that's Luckily, we're all on a giant plant, and those things did not notice us. Yeah, you keep walking. Yeah, they're nibbling the leaves. The little leaf-libbers. Little leaf nibblers. Nom 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 on the leaf. Oh, I see Sheep is playing Destiny 2. Yeah, it does really make it. It does it on anything that's bigger than you, in terms of like the floor. It will sort of phase out. So if there's like in some of the ones where we had like rock over, the rock overcrop thing where it's like a little tunnel, it will just sort of make it see through. I mean, this is definitely not a plant we can deal with, but just makes it nice and simple. Oh, we've got up to 95. We could. I am actually gonna just start working on getting some of the other work, the bigger workers as well. Still want like a whole thing of these. Really, what I should have done is put these sort of back behind, so that the waste can sort of like be just brought backwards. But then they've still got to walk all the way to the front to get more leaves anyway, so it's not that much of a problem. Oh, that's enough for another media.
Daybreak has arrived, and the creatures of the night scurry back to the dark crevices of the undergrowth. For the ants, however, the objectives of the day remain unchanged. Locate vegetation, defend supply lines, and process leaves. There is no time for rest.
Yeah, it is one thing I just like about this game. It's just they didn't have to make an ant game this good. If you could get a refuse backlog in the nurseries or a leaf backlog, may need more minions. Cheapest way is to build more worker chambers. I'm building more worker chambers anyway. Yes, I think it's a relatively small dev team. I don't think it's not like one person doing it on their own like some projects, but it's also not like a 50 people thing, I don't think. I think it's like maybe like a 10 person project, 15 person maybe. Oh, small, you mean literally smaller scale. It's RTS but tiny. Okay. I was reading it as with StarCraft and stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's always big companies. You don't see a good RTS game from people that aren't big studios very often. I mean, we've had things like, you know, Command and Conquer. Westwood was a fairly big company until EA completely gutted them, and I hate EA for that because Westwood was a great company, at least in terms of game making. I don't know about anything else, but game making wise, they were great. Supreme Commander was a decent one. At least the first game was. The second game I didn't get into. And StarCraft, obviously, it's ActiBliz. They're massive. They've got lots of money. They can do whatever the fuck they want. So it's nice to see an RTS come out of a small studio. I think it's not even 20 at a time. I mean, in that last Formicarium challenge, we had 80. It's just you couldn't tell because they were all clumped together. So I think by the time we finish this one, we'll probably end up having at least maybe 100. Possibly more. It's true, we're not running a mile across the map. We're running maybe a couple of meters. Because we are aiming to sort of like outcompete these ones that have a lot of workers. And we basically just need to make sure we strip mine as much as we possibly can. Oh, we are getting a backlog in terms of refuse now. So I think maybe this would be the time to add in. Let's assume I'm going to extend that 2 more. So we can have extra workers. And then I also want to put in some refuge down the back as well, so they can quickly go back and forth between it. Actually, I'm going to cancel that one because that's going to mess up the upgrade in that chamber. Yeah, that's more like it. Now we can the minions can do a lot quicker at getting rid of all this extra debris. That's all the dead fungus, which we don't want. Have we... Yeah, we've mostly run out there. We need to move up a bit. I think we've got the full chamber of workers, which are the small ones now.
Leafcutters aren't the only ants nearby. Whilst the 2 Atta colonies joust for territory, Odontomachus Bowery trapjaws roam the clearing. They can be found hunting alone or in small packs for vulnerable invertebrates to take back to their nest. They use snapping jaws to bludgeon their targets, exerting 300 times their body weight in a single blow.
You just can't play as them. It's been a while since I've played, so I didn't remember. I thought this one was literally just we fight them. I figured we fought the other ones of our, of our species. Oh, one sweet. Thank you for the follow. I'm going to silly number of followers today. Oh, that's enough for another few meaties. We did enjoy. It was a fun one. We had some. We realised that me and Rev have the same brain. That's the thing, Rev. I don't know. I've never played them. I still like that I managed to get snails with human sperm. And just uttering that phrase.
A brightly patterned jumping spider, Seikasviri D. purpureus, has subdued one of the workers. This expert solo hunter combines extreme agility with incredible forward vision, allowing it to pounce on unsuspecting prey with pinpoint accuracy.
Oh, it's almost dead. Come on. Yay! Not that we can eat it because, you know, it's not a leaf. No, that was the correct phrasing. It's the exact phrasing I was doing. That's the exact phrasing I was going for. I got snails with human sperm. Yeah, they nailed. Honestly, it almost looks like they did the animation normally and then they cut frames out because of how jittery it looks and how quick and how well it nails the movement. It looks like they've purposefully taken frames out of the animation to kind of make it seem like it's even faster than it should be. It's the only way I can see them actually managing to get that jitteriness. And this is the point where I think, hopefully, we can start to snowball a bit. Because now we've got a lot of extra workers. And let's just bring all these right here, just in case this is something nasty. Like a velvet worm.
There are intruders in the nest.
Because I want to expand the food store, but I also want to
Night
make sure that...
falls, and under the cloak
deal
of
with that.
darkness,
Perfect.
velvet worms, bush crickets, and harvestmen emerge from their hiding places.
Ooh, harvestmen,
Any ant
they're fun
straying from
ones.
the relative safety of the trail will likely meet with an unfortunate end.
Can we upgrade... We can upgrade these food tiles as well. Okay, that's wonderful. And we can upgrade the refuse tiles as well. I wonder if that increases the rate at which they use stuff up as well. Well, yeah, it becomes a log. Depending on how big it was, it becomes a log. So I think 3 more of these and we'll be fine. We can still extend out another one as well.
The ants will fight to the death.
Ooh, what are we fighting? Apparently we already fought it and won. Wah, 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 wah. You know, I might just do 2 more just to fill that empty gap out. I don't know. But I
The
could
ants have
also...
been spotted by a small velvet worm outside the nest.
But hopefully there's enough of us to just completely tear it apart.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
I think they're safe. Yeah, what I like doing that you can do with the leafcutter ants is you can actually do what they do in real life, which is leave, like, since you have the extra pheromone trails, if you build like the big Titan ones, the big majors, in sort of like small batches of like 3 or 4 in terms of like how big of a room you do them. But the way it works for these groups is that if they're connected, it counts
The
as
ants
a
will
group.
fight to the death.
Oh, what have we found? Oh, we've found quite a few things, so let's make sure we go and get rid of those. Yeah, so the way it does the groups is that if it's touching, it will count it as one group. So because we have, and luckily if you hover over it, it shows you which ones they are. So that room, they're all touching, they are a group of 19. Likewise, it's a group of 24 there. So if we made like a 4, like a nice easy 4, it would have 4. And so you could actually just have 4 groups of 4. And you could position them along the trail to protect the other ants from any of the big things that turn up if you really wanted to. And I just find that a cool little idea that you can do. Don't have to for the most part, but the option's there. Right, okay, so we've got most of what we had down here now. I think we're going to lose it anyway because they've really skyrocketed. We're going to have to sort of go and fight them now. We're basically going to have to sort of just go and make sure they cannot physically get any more leaves whilst we go and plunder them all.
There are intruders in the nest.
Let's cut this out, start building up some... I mean, granted, majors are expensive. 150 a pop, but very good to have. And what we can do is we can have the workers just collecting and have the majors and the medias just sitting in the way. I love the music on this map. It's just the wah wah wah. It's just perfect. Big beefy ones.
One of the ants has fallen prey to a young, leaf-mimic praying mantis. Once in range, its long razor-clad forelegs can ensnare and impale victims with lightning speed. An ant has fallen prey to a wandering harvestman. Its long, slender legs keep its vulnerable body elevated high above the leaf litter, and when threatened, it can release strong-smelling odors to deter other predators. A stern response will be needed to drive this striding nuisance away.
Oh wow, the stores are full. Okay, we definitely need to Oh my god,
The
when did
ants
they get
must
in?
protect the queen.
When the hell did that get in? Why did you not warn me about these things? Okay, well, yeah, we failed either way.
The queen is dead. Her royal guard was slaughtered and her chambers unceremoniously ravaged. The scavenger.
Let's try that again. I didn't even realise we were being attacked. It didn't say the queen is under attack or anything like it normally does. Yeah, we've got that for the mage. Yeah, that's fine. I've already unlocked them. You know what? We failed it once on hard. Let's just go for medium. I need to institute my own little, like, thing just to make sure that we don't spend too long on
This
some of
young
these.
queen has successfully raised her first daughters beneath the leaf litter of the rainforest floor. The nutritious fungus she fed them as larvae is now dwindling. If they don't find food quickly, they will all starve.
Food-wise, that'll do for now. Luckily, the RNG bit isn't RNG in terms of like what turns up. It's like we knew that like this one up here was a velvet worm. If we go in now, there's going to be another velvet worm. They're set. And likewise, you're never going to get one just spawn in your chamber or anything like that. So luckily, you can kind of gather where the dangers are because of the exclamation marks. So we're not going to cut into here until we've got at least a decent size sort of force to be able to take down the velvet worm that's going to be there. The same with this one was a velvet worm. So, well, no, this wasn't a velvet worm. This was coach horse beetle or something. I suppose it's we get some.
The small scouting party of minor workers could lead any number of deadly jungle creatures back to their undefended queen. They will need time and luck on their side.
Hey, Duck. Welcome back.
The workers have located a patch of young seedlings, just what they were looking for. The leaves are soft enough to be sliced up with ease and carried back to the nest.
Yep, so chop them up faster and bring them back quick.
The harvested leaf chunks are not eaten directly. Instead, they are used by the very smallest minim workers to cultivate a nutritious fungus.
You can barely even zoom in to see them. Because this is the size of our normal worker. And you can just about see these little tiny ones running around. That are absolutely adorable little tiny things.
The ants' activities outside the nest have not gone unnoticed. They are being watched.
Being watched, you say? Yeah, hopefully this one will be a little bit easier. Because obviously, dropped a difficulty rank just to make sure we can get through it in the day. I don't want to keep saying I want to do them all on hard mode and then failing the same one over and over and over again anymore. So if after like 1 or 2 attempts we fail, I'm just going to drop the difficulty, just so we can get through to the next one. Like, I might go back and replay them on hard afterwards. Just for, like, my fun. Yeah, that's the problem with Lego Rev. It's just expensive. We need to just keep going until we start to snowball.
The most accessible leaves are located to the north of the nest entrance. However, another Atta colony has already laid claim to them. The close proximity of these nests places the two colonies in direct competition with one another. Time will tell which has the potential to grow into a great empire, and which will submit to the unforgiving law of the undergrowth.
Yeah, well, that's the problem with the... Because what you to be fair, you see it a lot on like Amazon as well. Even if you're buying from your own country, that someone will sell something for like £1, and then you won't notice that the shipping is 20, and the shipping it should be the other way around. And it's only because that way they technically only have to pay. As far as I know, there are certain, like, I think it's with Amazon, it's to do with the amount of cut Amazon takes. They take the cut from the price, not from the shipping. And so people started doing it so they could get more money. Which, to be fair enough. You know, they... Oh, okay, so it is just... Because I remember I sold some like books and stuff on Amazon once when I was trying to sort of clear out collection. And it was... I really didn't like it, especially like just like trying to sell things, because you... It's the same thing you used to have in like auction houses on MMOs. Is that you'd put the thing for 10, and then 2 minutes later someone's put it for 9.99. And then someone will put it for 9.98. And so on. And it just ends up getting just... You either just get annoyed and leave it and hope that someone eventually buys your stuff. Or you do what I did on the auction hall stuff with games, which was just like completely mess people up. And start doing it like increments of 5 or 10, and so everything gets really cheap. And then just buy everything up and resell it for the actual price it's worth. In the amount of times on Lord of the Rings Online, I was like, I want to sell this one thing, but there's like 10 other people trying to vie for this, who are constantly changing their prices. Let's get them down to like a 10, like 90% of what the thing should be selling for, and then buy them all up, and then sell them all for profit. And that is how I learned how capitalism worked. Drive your competitors out of business by making them sell for cheap. Too cheap for them to actually continue doing it.
As the sun sets below the horizon, and the thick rainforest canopy shrouds all but the slightest glimmer of moonlight, the predators of the night begin to emerge.
The actual second one, or the second sequel one, want to do that one. The Compsognathus ones? Or was it the Turkey Raptors? I forget. I know that they had like slightly iffy namings on some of them. I know Compies have been in Jurassic Park, but I can't remember if it was those or Turkey Raptors or Turkey Vultures or something. I'm guessing Compsognathus is the genus rather than specific species. And that the way that Jurassic Park does it is they're like, which one sounds the best? No, I've not seen any of the new films. I refuse to give them money for shit films. The only ones I will watch are the old ones. I'm one of those people. Yeah, I just remember there's like, at one point, one of them mentioned, I'm sure it was Turkey Raptor or something, and it was, as a kid, my brain was like, oh, that sounds fine. But now my brain's just like, was that a thing? That doesn't sound like it should have been a thing. Because I vaguely... Oh, no, I wasn't, Oh, God, I'm gonna have to... Because I'm sure it was Lost World that I'm remembering. It was the guy that looks like what you would expect a paleontologist to look like, with the straw hat and the white beard, and not Hammond, but like the young like one of them mentioned something about when they first got seen and was like, oh, they're fine, you can ignore them, and then someone got mauled. The tiny little ones. Right, Jurassic Park fandom wiki. Okay. No, I do not want to give you cookies. I want the cookies for me. Original trilogy, Lost World. Let's have a look. List of creatures in the film. Compsognathus. Yeah, it was those. No, this is still the first film. What do you talk? I said I wanted the second film. Because at least if you're showing me that picture right there is not someone from the first. It's not someone from the second film. It's someone from the yeah. Roland was Roland Temple. No, he wasn't. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it was Constantinator is one of the few ones I actually remember, and they've apparently been in like 50% of the franchise. Yep, important study birds. Yep, that makes it. But yeah, I'm sure that at some point in the film they called it something really weird, and that's what stuck with me. Isla Sauna. Ooh. This is going to be wonderful for the people actually watching this who aren't the people that are actually taking part in this conversation, who are just seeing a completely empty screen of Ant. Yeah, I can't remember what the phrase was, but if I send you the image of the person, it's obviously it happens before. Oh my god! Are you? Do you not actually have the photo? Please tell me you actually have the character link, not just that. There we go. Let me ping that over in Discord so you know the one that I'm actually talking about in terms of who said it. At least it's been a while since I've watched it, if I'm honest. But I'm sure at some point this dude in Discord calls them something like Turkey Vulture or something. Yeah, there we go. It actually mentions it. He had proposed the theory too, which parents abandoned us from a young age, blah blah blah. Perceived them as a threat. Due to the fact Tyrannosaurus had the largest olfactory cavity of any creature in the fossil record, except for the turkey vulture, as stated by Burke when he corrected himself. Okay, so maybe I'm adding two chunks together. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, that was my mistake. Because, like I say, it's been probably like a good 10 years since I've seen the second film. Probably longer. And of course, it's a bit late, but yes, Jazzy can have a cookie. Jazzy deserves a cookie. But yeah, obviously it's been that long that my brain is just sort of attached Turkey Vulture, Raptor, and Compsognathus together. But I remember Compsognathus because it was one of my favourite ones as a kid. Because it was a tiny little one. And that was just really, really adorable. Right, let's see. We can probably get... If we do this without incurring the wrath of whatever that was. Maybe. 3 by 3 by 3 by 3. Oh, we can. Wonderful. Can we do the same here is the question. And this one's a risky one. Maybe it might be best to not do that bottom bit for now. Or actually we might be okay. No, we're not. We're not okay. Everyone come back.
These rove beetle larvae are distant relatives of the European devil's coach horse. Despite a few million years of separation, they share the same carnivorous appetite, razor-sharp pincers, and most importantly, a fearsome final form.
Yeah, let's come back. Get everyone to protect. Let's finish off collecting that. The average dinosaur height's like, yeah, I was going to say sort of like sheep size, Shetland pony size at the most. Mainly because there was a lot of tiny ones and there was a lot of big ones, which average out. Yay, I'm heavier than the average dinosaur. Woohoo! Win. Yeah, for some reason they didn't like being in the middle, did they? They were either wanted to be so small that no one could catch them or see them. Or be so big that nothing could take them down. Well, yeah, because the thing we forget about things like mammals is that there's a lot of things like hamsters and mice and rats, and it's a lot easier to eat very little, allow for more population in a smaller area, and survive. You know, if there's, let's say you've got a kilometre square of land, if you've got, say, 3 big ones that can survive in that square, if one of them dies, that's a third of the population gone. But if you've got 1,000 tiny ones and one of them dies, no one's going to notice. And especially with the fact that the small ones tend to, small things like small mammals tend to have a lot more children at once. You know, it's one of those things that, you know, having 4 or 5, it's fine, because as long as one survives, you're fine.
Daybreak has arrived, and the creatures of the night scurry back to the dark crevices of the undergrowth. For the ants, however, the objectives of the day remain unchanged. Locate vegetation, defend supply lines, and process leaves. There is no time for rest.
And that's the thing as well, Rev, is that predators get bigger, yeah, but it now means the predators have actually got to put in more work to get food, to get big enough to get you in the first place. Which means if they can't take down the things that are just a little bit smaller than you, they're not going to get big enough to get you in the first place. Yep, we've seen all those before. Yeah, but bigger prey brings in more energy, but at the same time, bigger prey is going to have more waste. You know, if a T-Rex took down something big, sure, it can eat a lot because it's big, but it can't eat the entire, the entire corpse. Exactly, which scavengers have to deal with, but it means the predators have to get so big to take you down, but at the same time, they're not really getting a lot back out of it. If they could have taken something smaller and just eaten off that. Which was, there's going to be quite a lot. Anything that was, a carnivore that was smaller than a T-Rex. I mean, at one point, weren't we saying that even T-Rex was probably sort of an opportunistic scavenger as well? If it found something it could eat, it probably would eat it. Doesn't necessarily have to hunt it first. I mean, yeah, there are some things that are very much, we will only scavenge. And some things that are very much, we will only hunt. But there's a lot of things out there that are like, well, if I find a juicy steak on the road, I'm going to eat the juicy steak. I mean, his name's William Sheeper, I know. Ooh, we are getting a bit full on this. I wonder if we can upgrade this storage. Because I don't know whether or not... Does it mention it in there? So those up to 10 refuse, which slowly decays. First is free, that's fine. But I'm just wondering whether or not it actually decays faster on upgraded tiles. Because that would be really nice if it was true. Yeah, they're going to be slowed as they're walking through here because obviously it's not a pleasant place.
Leafcutters aren't the only ants nearby. Whilst the two Atta colonies joust for territory, Odontomachus bauri trapjaws roam the clearing. They can be found hunting alone or in small packs for vulnerable invertebrates to take back to their nest. They use snapping jaws to bludgeon their targets, exerting 300 times their body weight in a single blow.
I love that gif of the ant that tries to attack someone's finger and gets flung backwards because it's just a tiny little ant. But that is going to be plenty for refuse, I think. And also, whilst we have it, let's just fully upgrade all that. We're up to 29 workers. 10 media. We're getting closer back to where we were before the last whoopsie happened. It's weird, for some reason it feels like a Sunday night. And it also feels like it's midnight, but it's not. It's 11 PM and it's Saturday. And that's really weird. Normally it's the other way around. It feels like a Saturday night on a Sunday. Meow to you too, Jazzy. I'm still waiting for that pot noodle. I really want a pot noodle. I haven't had a pot noodle in months. And I know that I'm on a diet. But I really want a pot noodle. And a sheeper. I speak pot noodle, and the northerner appears. I don't know, it depends how big the pot is, Jazzy. I mean, you are Prince Jazzy. I'm assuming you only eat king size. Because, you know, royalty. But literally, come on guys, there's Leaf right next to you. Stop being lazy. Making me move. How could you? I need to adjust my camera so that it actually picks my face up again, because I was slouching during the game. And also, bring my sleeping bag back up over my legs. Well, we really pour down that one. So let's. This next stage is running up there. Add more these. And I'm glad I realised after replaying it that you can use the speed up tiles to count towards upgrade. Wow, look at that little swarm
A
of
brightly
minions.
patterned jumping spider, Seikasviri D. purpureus, has subdued one of the workers. This expert solo hunter combines extreme agility with incredible forward vision, allowing it to pounce on unsuspecting prey with pinpoint accuracy.
Well, they won't be pouncing for long because we're about to start work on our beefy boys. And it's just going to cost money. And by money, I mean fungus. I mean, these are the big heads. Freeman and worker. Woo! Yeah, we keep going as much as we can for now with these. Strip down everything. And then we go and just stand in front of here. Let the workers go and eat all the food and then just
The
murder.
leafcutters have raised their first major ant. Its swollen head is filled
Look
with
at that.
muscle to power its crushing jaws.
That
Few stand
Giga
against
Chad
it in
chin.
combat and escape unscathed. This champion warrior will make a fine addition to the colony.
Just a massive Giga Chad chin of this thing. Oh yeah. Did you not realise that the majors are absolutely
Night
giant?
falls, and under the cloak of darkness, velvet worms, bush crickets, and harvestmen emerge from their hiding places. Any ant straying from the relative safety of the trail will likely meet with an unfortunate end.
These boys are big. These boys are also really good at defense, so I'm going to make sure that they just stand here and defend all the workers.
A young velvet worm, Oroperipatis ecuadoriensis, is lurking overground. These ancient mysterious predators are masters of ambush. They creep toward their unwitting victims silently on soft, hollow legs. Once in range, they squirt oscillating streams of slime, forming a wide net that entraps their prey.
I mean, I would love it if I could actually just, like, upgrade as well, but at the same time as that... Oh my god, have we already... Oh my god, we're chewing through... Literally chewing through these leaves. So you'll go there and take as much as you can from there. Oh, and the big boys have got the stun. Wonderful.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
Oh, everyone back.
A Paracanthus varius bush cricket has spotted the ants. Its thorax and appendages are adorned with sharp protruding spikes, offering 360 degrees of protection and turning its substantial forelegs into a pair of deadly flails. This spiny devil will not
Is
easily
already
be
dead.
deterred.
You can't stop the Giga Chad chins. Not when there's 5 of them.
An ant has fallen prey to a wandering harvestman. Its long, slender legs keep its vulnerable body elevated high above the leaf litter, and when threatened, it can release strong-smelling odors to deter other predators. A stern response will be needed to drive this striding nuisance away.
Where's... Okay, that's going around that way. Okay. But saying that, I really do want to just go straight for this. And just start really bullying them. It's all well and good if we can start getting food, but if we can stop them from getting food, it's even better. Exactly. It won't be deterred. And then there's just these beasts. Oh, actually, I want to turn off food collection on them so they can actually just keep fighting.
These leaves are contested. The leaf cutters will generally not attack unless provoked. But tonight there is too much at stake. Only a strong show of force will deter the opposing colony.
Yeah, luckily a lot of them are little tiny ones, which we can just munch on. Yeah, we don't want them collecting food, we just want them guarding. And luckily we got the one with the stun as well. So as long as they don't start sending Giga Chads at us, which they aren't at the moment. We just need to make sure we have enough Giga Chads to survive. Actually going to upgrade the center Giga Chad.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected. The opposing leaf cutters have retreated from one of their harvesting sites. They may have been easily startled this time, but they'll soon be back, and in greater numbers.
Fine, as long as we can make sure they don't take the food. I mean, look at this big green blob on the map just from these 8. I don't think it was a Star Wars reference, but it wouldn't surprise me with the person that's doing the narration, after he's most well known on YouTube for his completely his rather long videos taking down the sequels.
A territorial dispute has arisen between the Atta colonies.
Oh, jeeps. They did come back in force, didn't they? Yeah. The Sand people are easily startled, but they'll return and in greater numbers. So maybe we don't want to go straight back there. Or do we? Yes, we do. Maybe don't push quite so far forward in terms of the big ones. Because that's still an army to contend with, but they're leaving us to just eat away here. Oh, okay.
As
Time
the sun
to fall
rises
back.
over the treetops above, the diurnal jungle invertebrates emerge once again to replace their nighttime counterparts. The ants will remain steadfast in their efforts. All must be risked for the harvest.
Go back to dealing with some of these for now.
One of the ants has fallen prey to a young, leaf-mimic praying mantis. Once in range, its long
It's
razor-clad
happened again.
forelegs can ensnare and impale victims with lightning speed.
We zoom over to the really dangerous creature just as Giga Chad Chin just completely just smashes it to pieces. I suppose we can actually let you... I'm assuming you can harvest, I'm assuming you can carry a lot of stuff. Oh, okay, so the difficulty also changes the amount we have to collect, because we had to get 12,000 when we were playing on hard. Whereas on this we only have to get 10,000. Right, let's go and take that set first. Oh, what this one is actually
The battle has begun.
a pretty big one as well. That's a big chunk of food to go. So it is being torn apart quickly. Oh, where are they going this time? They're going down here. Could we go and be cheeky against this one as well?
The ants must defend themselves.
And then they can just come up and take the food. We just need like 300 more. And we've got the full, not at least, although to be fair, we can just expand out a bit more. The mages are going to be really helpful in beating stuff up with all the stuns they can do.
The opposing Atta colony has retreated from one of its sites to the northwest, leaving unguarded foliage ripe for the picking.
I'm actually going to upgrade some workers as well. I love the South Colony. It's perfectly fine. It's wonderful. Get them! They're not one of hers! Ant comes in wearing a fake moustache and a beret. Yeah, we've got 17 of these lads now. It's going to take some effort for them to... Oh, do I go full in on the bullying? Oh no, they're coming to bully me. Try and head them off a little bit.
The ants must fight.
A little one can be dealt with by the workers, that's fine. But this... yeah, 3 minions in a trench coat. Oh, have they actually got... Have they got more big uns than we have? They have. Pull back for a bit then, shall we? Or not. Or we just carry on fighting, I suppose.
The opposing Atta colony has retreated from one of its sites to the northwest, leaving unguarded foliage ripe for the picking.
Okay, we did actually manage to secure this. Bam, big boys. Time to put away and bring in all of this. Oh, they're going to win anyway, I think. We weren't aggressive enough, that was the problem, I don't... We really needed to be more aggressive.
Overwhelmed by the defensive Leafcutter forces, the Harvestman decides to make a swift exit.
Because the problem is they start out with a really big force already. Yep, there we go. There's the fail.
As the leaves nearby are depleted and the superior hillside Atta colony cuts off access to new pastures, the nest falls into ruin. The ants grow weak, the gardens rot, and the queen is left to starve. Her reign has ended.
Oh, defeat. Oh well. Right, 11:15. I do want more game. So we'll do more game. But let's just... Oh, no, it was actually there. Okay, there we go. So, right, let's just get the little ones out to get that for now. Do a little bit of Formicarium, and then, since we've done this one twice and tried, let's try the frontline one, which is, like I said, as far as I remember, Army Ant. And the whole point is that they will... It's more like a territory battle than the other one, where we have to basically have a force big enough to push them back and make them go, it's not worth going here. And then we had to keep having to keep doing that and keep pushing it. And then eventually their queen passes us and we're fine. But obviously army ants, they do their thing. They, carry their queen off on a giant journey. Let's also pop some food down here near the start. Yeah, now we can actually start add the mages into this colony as well when we get there. Yeah, they're migratory. They basically just keep moving. During the day, they will keep on moving and just eat and fight anything that's in their way. And then at night, they kind of have the whole bivouac thing where they'll just kind of all form into one angry ball of ants with the queen in the middle to protect her. Again, it's another species of ant that's just so fascinating as how did a species of these things that, nearly all of them live underground in one place, they build, and that's it. Even fire ants, they make a nest and they stay in there, but they have the raft thing that you mentioned earlier where they join together. And then army ants said, I like that raft idea, but I'm going to do that as my entire thing. And we're just going to cover the entire floor in ants and terrify anything that's not, ant-sized and one of us. I mean, I don't know about you, but being like 6 foot tall, I would still be terrified if I saw a swarm of army ants coming towards me. Because it's like, they might not kill me. I don't know if they're venomous, but they're gonna fucking hurt. Yeah, exactly. They can climb up, and all they need is one patch of bare skin. And once they've got underneath the bits of you that are protected by clothes, assuming that the big ones can't bite through your clothes, which I know some things can, but once they've found an entrance in to get to you, all of the other ones are going to find the entrance of how to get into you. I mean, I just remember, again, it's from the Ants Canada thing. One of the videos I remember, I think I can't remember if it was one of his viewers or just someone he knew, their pet lizard died and donated the lizard to the fire ants. And so the guy, the guy that ran Ants Canada was like, okay, it died, it's fine, it led a good life, but let's make sure that, do the usual, make sure that, everything is nature, blah, blah, blah. He put this fairly chunky lizard that died into the colony of fire ants. And for like 30 minutes, nothing happened because they couldn't get through its skin. And then one of them found the eye. And then suddenly its head was swarmed. It will be the same with hole in your sleeve. One of them finds it. Sorry, suddenly your arm is now covered in ants and they're all going into the hole in your sleeve. Nothing to stop it. You've got no choice. Well, yeah, it's one of those things, it's a thing of numbers. But let's face it, army ants, they do number in the millions anyway. Even like the smaller colonies, they're in the millions. I mean, I'm assuming, obviously I have never looked into them. But what I'm guessing happens is that for the first like period of life, they do stick in a single area. And you know, whilst the queen will lay her first batch, her first brood, obviously about between 5 and 10, depending on the what it is. I don't know what it is for army ants. It might actually be more for them being army ants. Which would then gather food. And I'm assuming once they hit a certain critical mass, that's when they start to move. Because once they've consumed everything in their area, that's when they move on. So what
This
have we
small
got?
leafcutter colony has established a foothold in a clearing near the base of a tree. Their location provides prime access to lucrative harvesting grounds which have gone unchallenged for the past few weeks. However, unbeknownst to the ants, the peace is about to be broken. A scourge is drawing in. It will be here by morning.
So we are over here. So let's... Oh, it's annoying. We can't expand fully out there. Okay, so we are going to want a brood chamber that we can fit in. Oh, okay, hang on. Let me... So 3 by 3. Is really what I'm wanting. Let's... I know they're smaller and they're slower when they've picked leaves up, but I think having quantity at first is going to be useful. And we'll finish
The
off...
battle has begun.
Oh. We've got a bush cricket to deal with. And there's a thingy worm there as well. But the music is just so glorious. I'm gonna put... It looks like we haven't been given any refuse. We've been given everything else, but we didn't get given food tiles or refuse tiles. Yeah, the choice of music they had for this game, it's just wonderful. Who would think that some kind of massive bombastic score would fit ants? apart from obviously the people that made the theme song for the Ants film, because that was a hell of a film. That one was a hell of a theme song. The film was terrible, but the song, that was a good one.
Several meters south of the nest, a legion of nomadic Essaton Berkeley army ants are preparing to march. They set up camp late last night, and will now conduct daily swarming raids on the surrounding areas until they see fit to move on. This humble leafcutter stronghold will soon lie directly in their path.
And there's the fun. The army ants be coming for us. Yeah, so these are the
The army ants have arrived. They will sweep eastward, swarming everything they find. Larvae-filled ant colonies are particularly ripe for culling. Only a substantial defensive force with the right tools to repel the aggressors will be left alone. The leafcutters must prove to the invaders that they are more trouble than they are worth.
Oh, no night, Cheery. Cheery. Yeah, good night, Cheery. My brain read that and completely mixed it up. Good night, Cookie. Sleep well. Yeah, what we have at the top is the sort of progress bar.
If the army ants can be pushed back beyond leafcutter territory, they will likely give this area a wide berth until it's time for them to relocate their nest.
Essentially, what we have to do is they're all over here. With their majors and their minors and whatever. And we have this bar at the top, so it slowly goes up over time. And then as they hit these green bars, they will start inching closer, which means less stuff for us to
Occasionally,
harvest.
scouts will head out from the swarm frontier in search of live prey for the horde. If they find anything of significance, they will call for reinforcements. A battalion of soldiers can respond in seconds.
Yeah, and under here we have an unpleasant friend. It is a massive I think it was a trapdoor spider. So we are not going near there. Oh, it might be, yeah, it might have been a whip scorpion. That might have been it. Yes. But it is absolutely massive. And we are not going to be fighting that.
The swarm frontier is expanding towards the leafcutter nest.
All I... you might have... I think you have sheep remotes because Pickle did a run of gift subs yesterday in Sheep's channel. And I think you might have been one of the ones that got a sub. See, that's the scary part about Sheeper. So you just calmly being yourself, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, you just have sheep remotes. He's in your Twitch.
The ants must fight.
Ooh. Oh, okay. Let's just fight up here then. Hopefully we can We want to get them at least back under the green. We want to make them regret coming here. Granted, it'd be even better. Let's yeah, stop fighting. Run down here. Run down here. Let's let the let's let the other predator attack them for a bit. Oh, they killed it. Oh. Yeah, let's put the big boys on here as well. I think the main thing is we want to get it so that we push this bar right the way down. All the way. And then we win. I think what I will do though is just to make sure we still actually start getting food in. Oh, there is a mantis up there as well, thinking about. Maybe we should go deal with that first. Because I think we have pushed them back for now. It's annoying because there is actually some really nice leaves here, but we'd have to beat the crap out of this. Well, like I said, I'm assuming that is a whip scorpion. Anti-mages are large and strong. Yeah, we know. Smallest army ants are able that can die. Army ants have arrived. Yes, we noticed.
The ants must fight.
That's basically the point of it, is we keep pushing them back until we've got an amount large enough that during the day we go over here and beat them up. Because I don't think they move you. Like I say,
As
army
dusk
ants
sets in, the army ant foraging activity begins to settle. The Aceton forces are reconvening to join a giant bivouac formed of their own bodies, where they will wait out the night.
Thank you,
For
Morla,
the
for
Atters,
telling me exactly.
This is the perfect opportunity to stockpile leaves.
Yeah, as Morla said, that's exactly what I was about to say before he started saying it. At night time, they stop.
The ants must defend themselves.
So what the main thing would be is to just get as much as we can. I mean, we are really raking in a bunch of food right now because of how much we've got. So the plan would be just get a big force. I'm thinking of pretty much just having a, maybe extending this tunnel out a bit more, beating up whatever's in here, having a lot of mages, and just send them to where the path is, and then just push them away, and then we win. Because that's the whole thing we've got to do anyway. We have to push them back, and the only way to do that is with an overwhelming force. So maybe another line Oh, no, never mind. We did actually break in. So we can actually go a bit further down if we need to.
These rogue beetle larvae pose a serious threat to the minim workers. They will need to be exterminated quickly. Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
I know. We're dealing with them. Don't worry. And then we go back up. Got this big leaf to eat up here as well. Yeah, if we can, it'd be really nice to fill this entire thing up before we go. Will we get that far? I don't know. It really does depend on how much we can manage to gather. But we have got a lot. So we can, like, easily get rid of predators. And just because of the sheer quantity we have, we're going to strip these leaves out. It's like it's 600 now. And there we go. Within like one run, it took off almost half of the leaf. And we still had some left over anyway. Luckily, the last ones to go up were the big guys, so they could take out these pesky critters. Don't underestimate the power of the ant. Oh, and there's another big leaf up there as well. That's wonderful. A lot of things around there. Another one big leaf. I mean, at some point, it is going to be nice. I do want to go and murder this guy as well. Just if we're going to have a thing big enough to take on the army ants, we're going to have enough to take out the whip scorpion. But we just can't eat him because obviously we can't. You know, he's not a leaf. Right, so that's going to be the leaf finished off. So some of the smaller ones can get these ones, and then we'll go and munch on this big one up here. Okay. Why does he have... Is this a thing he's meant to have, or have you stolen it from a unicorn? Also, obligatory dragon these dogmas.
The jungle stirs. The sound of panicked arthropods running from danger can be heard throughout the leaf litter, and the ant birds are circling overhead. The swarm has returned.
They're back. Where's the next big hunky leaves we can... I think it's going to be this one next. We're also going to have to push them back a bit more as well anyway.
the ants will fight to the death.
They've actually got level 3s and level 2s mixed in as well. Something we don't have yet. Although we could upgrade 4 of the big ones. Or 12 of the medium ones.
The army ants are finding the Atta colony difficult to deal with. Less troublesome prey can be found elsewhere.
Yeah, that's what we want. Okay, and now can we kill these ones as well, just because? No, let's... Oh god, no, turn around, everyone turn around, everyone turn around. Love, okay. Whew, I thought we were going to walk right up in front of the whip scorp then. Right, praying mantis to deal with. And it's gone.
The swarm frontier is expanding towards the leafcutter nest.
Okay, I suppose we'll beat them back again. Well, actually, for now, let's just not work. Let's just keep getting the stuff for now. They're not really incurred. Yeah, it's not really that far onto us yet. So as long as we go and beat them up before they get to here. I think I will upgrade some of the workers though. That way they can carry a bit more. Might be a little more damaging if they do get caught in combat. Might move a bit faster. Oh, it's nighttime again, so... Yes, Nails, of course I am. I just carried on. All I did was I cut my stream off after ours finished, and then restarted it after about 10 seconds just so I can have a cut in the VOD, so I can delete the stuff that we had earlier, and just not make it public on VODs.
The battle has begun.
I don't want my community seeing any of that stuff. There's not a place for that. No, it was Jackbox Hate Raid, Rev. Luckily you missed it. We had someone pop in right near the start with a PSA saying, you know, based on your tags and the game you're playing, this is going to get hate raided. And we were like, okay, thanks for warning us. We didn't think anything was. We were like, okay, nothing really is bad going to happen. What's going to happen, you know? We had a couple of people pop in, and we're like, okay, they seem fine, they seem normal. And then Sheepa noticed that one of them had a pinwheel in their bio, and in there as their profile picture was like, just sent me a quick DM, was like, just look at this, and then Sheepa went on the rampage of banning all the people. And then we suddenly noticed I went from like 9 people after Mono Badger's raid to like 25. And we're like, okay, this is definitely more than... No, pinwheel is it's the term that me, Sheepa, and his sort of area use
As
for
daylight fades, the army ferry...
Shut up, Mauler, I'm talking. The 4-armed, funny black symbol that the bad guys of World War II used. That's what we call a pinwheel. We aren't even going to give it its proper name because they don't deserve that. Yeah, that pinwheel. You've got it.
Is the last of the day's spoils back to the bivouac for the evening feast. They will return at first light.
Yeah, Sheepa noticed that one of them had that. And we started to go, okay, this is a bit
The
off.
ants must defend themselves.
And then one of the people that had come in that joined one of the Jackbox groups decided that they were going to definitely anti-LGBT. Yeah, anti-LGBT, yes. But yeah, I think that for some reason, because apparently people don't stream Jackbox much, it's easier to see who's on and see all of the tags of everyone that's actually streaming it. And all they need to do is see a couple of the ones I have, and it's just apparently perfect target. So they came into my one, and then after the first slur that appeared in one of our games, we just like hid the screen. We finished the game, but we hid the screen off the stream so that no one could actually see the, just in case they decided to go for more crap. And then we banned everyone that had come in for that. I put on shield mode. Sheepa went on a banning spree, and then they realised that, you know, yeah, they couldn't get any fun out of us. Yeah, it's why Snails was PMing codes. Was that way we didn't have to worry about anyone sneaking in. And yeah, then after they did it on my end, and they left, because obviously there's not many people streaming it, they found Snails' side, and as soon as one of them turned up and said hello, I saw it and was like, Snails, did quickly. And then Snails had to go on the offensive and put the shield up and get the banning spree going. Yeah, what I'll probably do once I finish stream today is I'll have a look at I'll go through my thing, find all the people that have been banned, and I'll just sort of screenshot it and send it over to you, Snails. And that way you can also preemptively make sure they can't come in again. Yeah, the whole point of our streams is it's safe space. Oh yeah, I don't think I've ever had 25 people in my thing before, so it's hit me on a high. So I'm not going to complain. I mean, I am going to double check the followers that I've got as well today, just in case, because I know that I've had a couple of new follows. Obviously, Isaac's popped in and give me a follow. Mono's followed me. I've had Seb pop in and follow me from the Sheep Raid earlier, and a few other people. So I don't want to get rid of everyone, but I'm concerned that a couple of them the follows might be from other bad peoples. So. I'd say losing 200 for 60 gig of RAM is fine. That's a good trade-off for a day. That I wouldn't worry. Also, I do like that on the day when I upgrade my graphics card to something that's twice as powerful, the two games I play are Jackbox and Empires of the Undergrowth. Both obviously very graphic intensive games. Actually, do I have do I have it all on maximum just for the thing? Yeah, everything's already on epic, and that was running fine on my old one. Yeah, it's a shame, but that's what we're here for. We're just like we're here for a safe space. We want everyone to be happy. We want everything safe and all that. Oh no! If I really want to do that now, so what I'll load up is like Idle Spiral or something. That is literally just a fractal spiral on the screen, and that is the entire of the gameplay. Oh, oh no! I'm assuming that is because I've got it on. So yeah, I've sort of think so. It won't let you I'm assuming you went to put I saw the sort of the blue of a link snails. So I think Stream Elements has just gone and just nuked you for a moment. So what I'll do. Yeah. Don't my god, 300 seconds, jeez. I don't remember you being that aggressive. I'm gonna have to let me Oh god, now I've got that Tim Minchin song in my head. Just like 1984. The song that he did for I don't know if it was a song he did normally or whether he did it just for the um Big Fat Quiz of the Year, but I just remember him doing a song for them on one of the Big Fat Quiz of the Year that was really catchy, and it's in my head now. Let's go to stream elements, because I do want to make sure that the trustworthy people at least have access to be able to drop in links if they need to. I just need to wait for Okay, come on, Streamlabs, you can wake up now. I hate the fact that I have to. I've got Opera working just in general for Twitch. I've also got Google Chrome open for the captions. But all of my bookmarks for all the stream stuff are in Firefox. I need to consolidate which one of these things I'm using. But the problem is that the one I use for captions only works in Chrome. Which is a bit of a pain, but what can you do? streaming. Stream elements. Come on. Come on. There you go. I see the screen. I see. Yep. Okay. Perfect. Now that's open. Let's right, user management. Add new bot user. No, that's not what I'm after. Oh, you know what? I trust them enough. I think I can go to roles manager. Comic Snails 94, add role. Moderator. Why was it not able to? That is the right atomic. That is the right Atomic Snails. Because he's got the little. Why could you not add moderator to him? Am I not allowed to have more than 2 moderators at my size? Are you kidding me? I guess I'm not allowed to have more than 2 mods. Although I'm surprised I haven't. Wait, I couldn't add. Okay, no, it let me do VIP. Okay, that's fine. Why won't you let me add moderator? That is really confusing. It doesn't make sense. Oh, it's because he actually tiny. Okay, let me try that again. Right, can I? Okay, yeah, it was that. Thanks, Rev. Yeah, there were a few a few things that I wanted to add in while I was here. Make sure that it's the right one. It is. There we go. Wait, what? Rev has done nothing wrong, Twitch. What are you talking about? Let me give Rev VIP, for God's sake. Oh, let's try that again. Oh, it did work. If for some reason it just said it didn't. Okay, never mind. Yeah, Snails, I've given you mod. Obviously, yeah, I've known you for like 6 years. I trust you enough to be able to mod if anything pops up. Sheepa has mod. I've granted Jazzy a lovely little VIP. So Jazzy's a VIP, and Rev is also a VIP. Very important person who steals my answers all of the time in Jackbox.
Free
Very-
reign of the harvesting
Very important piss wizard, actually.
grounds is about to be cut short. The swarm has mobilized.
No, yeah, very important prince. That's definitely a very important prince. Yes, that is exactly what it was meant to be. I'm not sure because it has just gone midnight for me, Snails. So
The
I
ants
don't
must
know.
fight.
Yeah, I was thinking of setting up as just chatting or special events or something. I don't know. Well, it depends if we can get enough people into it. I might be sort of like... I probably wouldn't go to bed until like 2 in the morning anyway, because my sleep pattern has been terrible lately. But there's also tomorrow as well. Well, I don't know about... Jazzy also is he's a sleepy boy, so I don't know what time Jazzy's going to be going to bed, but it's usually about sort of like 12:30, 1 from what I've seen. But Jazzy again is if he's around, we're happy to have him back. That's pretty much how my brain is working as well. I mean, the big problem that I have is you can't save this mid-level, and we've been on this level for like an hour. That is the one part of this game I really wish they would
The
do
leaf
something
cutters have been
about.
spotted by a scout. If it escapes, it will call for reinforcements.
What scout? Where? It already knows we're here. That's why I'm eating them all.
After taking significant losses in their efforts to subdue the leaf cutters, the swarm raiders have been pushed back. The leaf cutters must press on to keep them at bay.
I mean, I could attempt to push. We do have a good amount of things.
An army ant scouting party has spotted the leaf cutters. They must not be allowed to report back to the swarm.
Yeah, I need to make sure we have our full complement of Giga Chads first, which means I need a bit more food. Without the full complement of Giga Chads, I don't think we would win. I mean, you can tell which ones I'm talking about when I say the Giga Chads. Really would be nice if there's another really big leaf to go for, but there isn't. Yeah, we've lost quite a lot in that last thing, so we need to sort of get numbers back before we do the push. Otherwise, we will just end up dying. There is another couple of big... There's at least one big leaf up here if we need it. That will involve us keeping them pushed back. Easier said than done.
The army ants are extending their foraging activities. Space is running out.
But we've got all of our Giga Chads back. We've got all the workers back. We just need to finish off getting the rest of the media. Yeah, we've also... technically we don't have to, but we want to. Because this boy, he just needs to go. He's not even attacking the army ants. He's leaving them fine, but he would attack us. So, gonna prove... Oh, and also the army ants aren't going to be there for much. We've just hit the night time, so they're going to be disappearing soon. So their status is currently frozen. In which case, let's go up here and grab that big plant. Both of these ones. Ants are just so cute. They are also a top tier monster girl. If during the course of this night we can get the food expanded enough so we can fill out, if not upgrade. Oh, maybe from Isaac as well, okay. So hopefully this won't take too long. Although probably what I would do is I probably would stop I would be in the game, but I probably wouldn't bother streaming it. I don't know. But most people who are here are either going to be in the game anyway, or would probably have fallen asleep by the time we actually get around to doing that. And also I have been... Oh, wait. I looked at him like...
The day is nearly
I've been streaming for
over.
longer than 2 hours.
The army retreats, and a relative tranquility set.
Oh my god, the whip spider. It was a whip spider. It is doing something.
In across the rainforest floor.
Oh my god, it is actually out and attacking us.
A fully grown whip spider has detected the presence of the leaf cutters. With supreme prowess, this gargantuan night hunter can knock back, swipe, and lance even the toughest major soldiers. A considerable sustained flow of resistance must be called upon for the colony to stand any chance of dissuading this legend of the undergrowth.
Come on, Giga Chads, it's time. Oh, that's not fair. A cricket decided to try and ambush us. Right, okay. Oh, and something else tried to ambush us, okay. Right, everyone together. All together now. Munch face. Wah, 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 wah. Here we go, Rev. It's gonna happen.
The whip spider has fallen. The colony sacrificed many brave soldiers to pacify this beast. The Queen will now work quickly to spawn their replacements.
Quick, Queenie, squeeze the butt. Oh, that's a long gun. That's a bigger, an adult version of the linnet worm thing from earlier, isn't it? Not linnet.
One of the foraging trails has drawn the attention of a whip spider. The ants must defend themselves.
Oh, okay. These are smaller ones. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's a small one. Also a harvestman. And the harvestman's a coward, it's run away. I'm going to cut that open as well, because we do need to be able to, for the minions to easily get back and forth between these two bits, so... Put a speed tile between them. Oh, something's... Oh, it's just another bunch of harvestmen. Yeah, I can stun too. What are you going to do, harvestman? Beautiful line of green going back and forth to the base. Right, so I need another 300 food. And then we've got a full room full. Oh, Jackbox calls you as well, Cookie.
The battle has begun.
God, the battle music. It's just... It sounds like something that would be on Snails' Chef's Club playlist. Just some random
Dawn
little
has
bit of
broken,
jazz.
and the night critters run for cover. The army ants are on the march.
Right. We have got our full complement of soldiers. We now want to make sure we have enough food stored so we can replace them. Because they will many of them will die. I could expand this more. In fact, why not? That's one thing holding back a lot, is we've got quite a lot of dead fungus that needs to be dealt with. And they're cheap to do, cheap to upgrade, so we might as well make a bunch of these tiles.
The Leafcutters have been spotted by a scout. If it escapes, it will call for reinforcements. The Leafcutters have been spotted by a troop of army ant scouts. If any escape, they will call for reinforcements.
Of course, there's other random creeper crawlers we're dealing with at the same time.
An
We can
enemy
also
scouting
say
troop has been overwhelmed by the Atta soldiers.
Now that we've dealt with that whip scorpion as well, we can. I'm going to drop that there. The blue ones are our big boys. So I'm going to leave the big boys here to fight. These ones, I'm going to say, don't fight, just get food.
The Leafcutters are causing problems for the army ants, and the swarm frontier is beginning to recede.
Because since we got rid of the whip spider, the whip scorpion, we've got two massive plants to take down. Also, just look at this massive Giga Chadchin. Yeah, if we go and smash these guys down, we can then just move in. Because they're trying to move all their little guys. They're trying to move their grubs along. But we can make sure they don't do that by destroying them.
An army ant scouting party has spotted the Leafcutters. They must not be allowed to report back to the swarm. The Atta soldiers managed to prevent the army ant scouts from returning to the swarm.
I think for now, let's actually tell them to do the food as well. Then we can merge everyone back. I will drop in a couple of upgrades. So that will just be useful. But hopefully with this mass of giant boys, yeah, it's just taking pretty much all of this leaf down in one go.
The army ants are extending their foraging activities. Space is running out.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be the last of the leaf. Or near enough. Let's put them all onto number 1 now. That has been taken all the way down. Let's see. Easiest way to get to them. Probably through here. Oh, actually, no. Up here, I think there's one as well. Yes, we can go through up here. But let's go and kill all these things first. Because they will likely try to ambush us. So let's just take the army ant approach ourselves. After all, our main colony is the Erepta, the gene thief. And also the leaf thief now. Oh, we can't. We wouldn't be able to push them back anyway. It's got to night time. So it's going to be one more night time, I think. Get a few more upgrades. And then when morning comes, we should have a good amount of food left. I could actually think about it to split this up. Yeah, we've killed all the predators up here, so we don't need the workers to be worried. So they can just go about their business. This one has predators around it still. So we can just send in the big boys.
The army is returning to camp, and once again the nightly truce is founded.
Because we've got a couple more big stalks here to deal with. And honestly, more upgrades we have, the better. Ooh, okay, that's a bit dangerous. I also love the fact, Rev, that the Giga Chads get bigger when you increase their level. Which is beautiful. Let's kill that spider. Now let's swarm this one. Yeah, I think with this number of massive Giga Chads, 39 of them, I think we'll be good. That is a lot of little tiny predators as well. And it assumes that we wouldn't have already eaten some of these things out because we don't have to worry about these now because there's obviously no leaves for us. Right, that leaf, big leaf, is dealt with, so we've got this one to do. Oh, Mr. Frodo, we've run out of the leaf. The munching noises. Munch, munch, munch. And technically, we are not the invasion. We are fighting off the invasion. The army ants are the ones that are trying to invade and trying to eat everything here. We're just trying to eat our leaves in peace. I mean, we're salad consuming ants. We don't want fuss. We don't want fights. We just want 2 tiny slivers of lettuce on our whatever meat concoction that was on Chef's Club earlier. But they're going to be back soon. So let's prep the marker.
Once again the swarm raiders return, and the battered soldiers of the Ataranks stand to meet them.
Everyone to number 1. Nice try, wolf spiders. Nice try. Stupidest wolf spider in the world. We don't want fights, Rev. That thing attacked us first. We were defending ourselves. That was perfectly legitimate. Push the scouts back. We've also got a nice sort of backup as well, so if we do end up losing some, they're going to instantly come back.
Pushing eastwards is proving to be inefficient for the swarm. They will fan out in other directions.
No, don't do the food. Don't do the food. Leave the food alone. Leave the food alone. We just want to murder. Gonna sit in front of their lines.
The leafcutters have been spotted by a troop of army ant scouts. If any escape, they will call for reinforcements.
Yeah, so you keep going on about the right to bear arms. What about the right to bear ants? Yeah, I think it was probably a typo in your constitution. But yeah, now we just got just these big fat swarm of guys, of just Giga Chads just sitting in the path of their workers. Oh, sorry. All of these ants walking past.
Army ant scouts have reported recent leafcutter.
Hang on, just double checking. Okay, Queen isn't here.
Leafcutter movements back to the
Yo,
swarm.
I'm walking
Enemy
here.
Reinforcements are inbound.
And then we're just beating them up. And we win!
Against impossible odds, the soldiers of the Atta stronghold met the tyrannical intruders with ferocious defiance time and time again. Unable to break their lines and after tremendous losses, the army ant swarm has finally elected to move on. For the leafcutters, the ultimate trial is over.
To be fair, I was more concerned about the whip spider than the army ants. Oh, what was that? We don't need to really care so much about royal jelly because any of these would be enough royal jelly to completely just win. We probably want the extra territory for this time. Don't think I got any achievements for that. No. Yeah,
Come
we've
on
got
now,
our
Littlelands. You need space to grow. Dig, dig, dig!
I'm sorry, what was that?
I wasn't talking to you.
Oh, scientist number 2. I love you. And Sheep is still awake too. It is true, tomorrow is a sheep a day off. He does not have to wake up for the really, really early time of 2 PM. Yeah, I would be ready for it any time now. I can actually save this part of the game. No, that was the level that you completed. This is like the hub world. So this is like the actual place where we really live. Because this is, like I say, this is like the hub world where we are the special species. So I can go whenever now. You just let me know. But what I will do is I'll probably cancel end stream here if we are going to do that. Okay, so yep, if the call is up now, I will end stream now. So thank you everyone for watching. Thank you to Sheepy and for Mono for the raids earlier. Thank you to L and oh, hang on, let me double check who it was. Yep, thank you to L and Pickle for the subs. That is it. The fact that I can see 3 subscribers at the top of my screen it's more than I was ever expecting, to be honest. 1 was more than I expected, but that, what can you do? That was Sheeper for you. So just the fact that it says 3 there, it means a lot. And thank you to everyone that's followed as well today. Obviously Isaac, Pepsi, Mono, ignoring those 2 because ignoring those 3 as well. Because I think all of those were not nice people. Thank you to Sheepa's mom for the follow as well. We can't forget Sheepa's mom. And Sibella and Frigg. And obviously Pickle followed as well, but Pickle got the subscribing as well. So Pickle deserves the extra shout out for that one. So yeah, for now, that's it. Tomorrow, depending on what's going on, no doubt if a certain small dog boy is around, we might do some more cursed stuff. If not, we'll pick another game. We'll sort of carry on alternating. Have a look on the list of goodness on my stream game list and pick a new one for tomorrow. And because Cosmoteer is fine, but it's getting a bit boring to stream, to be honest. It's not bad. It's okay when I have nothing better to do and I'm just chilling, but not for a stream. I think it's a little bit dull for stream now. Good for cut down YouTube content, maybe, but not stream. So yeah, I will leave you now. We've been going for another 3 hours since the first session, so gee, that is a long one today. Again, thanks for everyone that's raided, followed, subbed, and all that. And I will see you tomorrow for more pointless, random goodness and very strange conversations in chat if Rev turns up. So until tomorrow, thanks for watching, and bye-bye.